Hello, I am Dr. K. Paul Stoller, and some people say women are shapeshifters, that they completely change who they are depending on their environment. I want to talk about that idea because it sounds provocative, but underneath it is a real psychological dynamic that most people misunderstand. I was once told after a marriage ended, you never actually knew who you were married to. That statement stuck with me, not because it felt like deception, but because it raised a deeper question. How does someone become unrecognizable, even to themselves? Humans adapt to survive. Women, on average, tend to adapt socially, emotionally, and relationally more than men. This is well documented in psychology. Men often adapt through action and provision, career choices, sacrifice, risk. Women more often adapt through identity, aesthetics, emotional alignment, and roles. This can look like learning a partner's favorite recipes, dressing in ways their partner appreciates, adopting values, rituals, or even religion. None of this is fake. It's bonding behavior. The issue is not adaptation. The issue is adaptation without anchoring. When someone adapts to keep peace, to avoid abandonment, to maintain security, and to preserve the relationship at all costs without a stable internal sense of self, those adaptations pile up. Over time, the person may wake up and ask, who am I outside this relationship? That's not deception. That's identity erosion. From a man's perspective, this can feel devastating. Men tend to value consistency, continuity of character, stable identity. So when a woman later says, I don't know who I am anymore, it can feel like the relationship was built on an illusion. But what often happened wasn't lying. It was this slow progression. Early adaptation creates bonding. Bonding hardens into roles. Roles replace identity, and then identity loss becomes resentment. Nothing snapped. It accumulated. Historically, women survived by fitting in. Social exclusion was far more dangerous for women than men across most of human history. That wiring didn't disappear. It just moved into modern relationships. So adaptation isn't pathology. Unconscious adaptation without limits is pathological. Now, men do want some adaptation. Relationships require accommodation, responsiveness, shared rituals, but there's a critical difference. I choose to align with you versus I must become what keeps this relationship intact. That second pattern eventually produces resentment, confusion, and loss of self. This isn't about women being deceptive. It's about women who later feel lost weren't pretending. They were over-investing without differentiation.
Men often want adaptability without volatility.
Women often adapt without understanding the long-term cost. But without structure, the person most likely to bend is the one who disappears. Not physically, not suddenly, but internally. They lose clarity about their own wants, continuity of self, a stable sense of this is who I am. They don't vanish, they diffuse. This is about humans adapting for love without enough structure to protect identity. And when identity dissolves, love usually follows.